Dear listeners, welcome to Break the Routine. Today's guest is Mr. James Wilson, a dancer, choreographer, I would say performer, and teacher whose career has been shaped as much by instinct and perseverance as by talent. A British national Latin finalist, James built his foundation in the competitive world before expanding into theatre, touring, choreography, and strictly related work, bringing his craft to both the dance floor and the wider entertainment world. What makes James especially compelling is not only the breadth of his experience, but the depth of knowledge and character behind it. James, welcome to Break the Routine!
Yay! What an introduction!
I managed there.
You did. You got through it really well, to be fair.
That was English.
That was really good.
Did you know it was English?
Yeah, it
All right,
was
well
perfect
done.
English. Breadth of his experience.
Breadth of his
Beautiful.
experience.
Really good.
No, I was actually, funny enough, was one comedian, we were in a show, and then he asked me at the end of the show, "And Marius, what did you learn in my show?" English. He just laughed. I was like, how do I present you? How do I talk about you? How shall I start? Your story is so complex. And of course, the questions are important, but it's just, you are such a complex personality.
Yeah, that's very kind, I think.
How would you know? It is. Complexity, I think, is overseen of complexity. You know, everybody, oh, you have to be very good in one thing and it doesn't matter. I don't think in the world nowadays, for example, if you're, whatever, even a dance teacher, if you don't learn a bit of social media, if you don't learn now a bit of AI, if you don't learn a bit of a human skill, social, you know, I don't think you're complete, you know?
I think that's accurate. And I think the thing that I can probably take away from quite a lot of the experiences I've had is versatility. The most important thing for us in our business is to diversify. And I think, thank you for my introduction again, because I think sometimes when you hear somebody talk about you, you forget what you've done. And then I think, oh, right, yeah, I did do that. And I don't know why I did it. And I didn't even know how I got there, but I did get there. And
how did the world push me in that direction?
Yeah, and let me tell you, I think, you know, without sort of patting myself on the back a little bit too much, it was completely perseverance. And I've never understood the word no, ever. So if somebody says to me, oh yeah, but you can't do that, I'll be like, well, I think I can. And then I go and do it just to prove.
Thank you for your opinion.
Yeah, basically it's like, cheers for that.
Cheers, man.
See you later.
Thank you.
And then I do it, and then I think, yeah, because
mate, do you remember?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And it opens doors, doesn't it? And you meet people that you would not necessarily meet in other situations in your life. And it's so wonderful because you get to well, you get to meet friends. Yeah. And it's not just, this isn't just like business, this is friendship, as well as we have a love of the same craft. And I think that is the key to success.
Anyway, in business, if we go there, the best partnerships are the ones obviously based on the knowledge and on the business itself, but very close combined with that happiness of working together. Yeah. You know, and of course, because our business has the main ingredient is passion. Mm-hmm. If you don't combine that with good people that have, let's say, a similar goal, a similar way of going through life as you, it starts to clash, and then you're like, why am I doing this? Yeah. It's like also in the studio, sometimes I'm like, maybe you're not for our studio. It's okay not to be, you know? It's okay not to be, or when students come to me sometimes, I'm like, it's okay that we don't get along. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Yeah. There are so many other great teachers out there. You will find the best mentor for you, you know?
And that's the thing. You've got to trial these things. Yeah. Because if you don't, you don't know where you fit in. And when you find your tribe, you fly. Yeah. But sometimes it takes people longer than others, and that's okay. Exactly. You've just got to work out what you want. Yeah. And then stick to it. And just it's all about that. And you're absolutely right. I think, you know, sometimes things don't fit, but that's not a negative. We need to start looking at the positives in these things and realize that the reason why it isn't fit is because it's not right for you at that moment or at that time. There are other things that are out there that are more exciting. Yeah. So I'm all for that. I think that's how you get good.
Exactly. And opportunities everywhere. Everywhere. Is not just enough. I don't think it's enough action that we do, enough the opportunity is there. You just have to do it.
Yeah.
I love that Nike
just do
slogan.
It with the tick.
Just do it.
It's great.
I'm like, guys, just do it. Don't talk. When I have now I do that less. I think when you get more politically correct. When people are like, they call me and they Marius, we want to come to your studio. We want to do this. We want to do that. No, stop. Come to the studio first. We talk after. You come a few times. You see, maybe you don't like it. Maybe you like it. If you like it, then we make the plans. But come here first. Don't make plans. You didn't even see the studio. We didn't even meet. Let's just go step by step. That's the healthiest way to develop a relationship anyway. So that's why I'm like, but don't push it too fast.
Don't you think that all the experiences you've had over the years have created that mindset that you are in a position to be able to say, I kind of know how this works a little bit more, which is why you are who you are. And then you offer your advice. It's up to them whether they take it.
Of course. 100%.
And that's down to the individual.
100%. It's always when you force somebody to just do how you want things,
it doesn't work.
Why?
Doesn't work.
They are not ready. They are not... I saw so many examples on social, of course, when they really have those wonderful quotes. And they are like, it's okay. You can be too early, you can be too late, you can be perfect on time with whichever decision you take. And that's the thing with mistakes. How do you see your you think you did mistakes in your life? Do you see them as mistakes or you see them as lessons?
I don't ever think I've made a mistake because I am such a firm believer that I am in the right place at that moment in my life.
Exactly.
And that is a lesson that I can learn, or I might do something slightly different next time. But nothing I've ever done has come from a negative or a bad place. It's always come from a wholesome, honest place. And at one point, certainly when I was a little bit younger and the Strictly Come Dancing bubble was at its height, and everybody from our generation was wanting a piece of the pie, because why would we not? The opportunity was there. Let's take it, whether it was the live TV show or tours associated. We've all been gifted opportunities along the way. So of course I'm going to be at the front of that queue, but it depends on whether or not I get served. Yeah. And sometimes I got served and sometimes I didn't. That's okay. It's okay. Because I still lived, I still made money, I still had experiences, I still made friends.
And you had the best time.
Best time of my life.
Exactly.
The greatest time of my life. And I tell you what, I wish I'd enjoyed it a bit more. Because I was so involved in it, as I'm sure you were. I was so in the thick of it that I didn't see what was going on around me. It was embedded in me, tour life, hotel, stage door, theatre dressing room, but all the other stuff around it that I would appreciate more now. I wish I'd done back then, a little bit more.
It's a bit similar like competitive dancing. You go to a city, you go straight to the hall, you go out of the hall and you go home. Yeah. And you're like, oh, I should have taken 2 hours just to have a walk.
Yeah, appreciate.
In the city, have a lunch, have something.
I speak to people who don't do what we do, who do a muggle job, as I call it, which is great. We've all got things that we need to do in the world, haven't we? And they think that it's glamorous, and I cannot reiterate that there is nothing glamorous about that life. It's pretty hard work.
Yeah, but also I have a few examples now. But one of the examples was one comedian now, also in a podcast, and one of his school colleagues, and he was already quite successful. He was like a middle comedian. He was not top, but he was middle American guy. And then one colleague from school came to see the show in a comedy club. And then at the end of the show, she's like, oh, okay, but when are you going to start to have a real job?
I just don't get it.
He was like, first of all, why are you even here? Second of all, I didn't ask for a life lesson right now.
Yeah, thanks for your opinion.
Thanks for your... I earn money with this.
Right.
I don't have maybe a lot of money, but it's not about that. I have fun in the process. I have fun in the performance. I have fun talking to my fans. I have fun in developing new projects. I have fun meeting this tribe. Mm-hmm. And that's my payment. It's not only the money, it's the whole journey, like you said.
It's like you mentioned previously, the passion is the main point of what we do. That passion drives everything. Yeah. So you do have to love all of those things that you've mentioned. You have to love the travel. You have to love maybe being in a cast with someone that you might not necessarily get on with, but it's part of the bigger picture.
At least after the tour, after the 3, 4, 5 months tour, you can go out.
You can go home,
When you are stuck 20 years in a job, it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So it's not that bad.
No.
Plus, you learn other people's opinion.
Yes,
to respect other people's opinion, because like, I'm right, everybody else is wrong. Okay, congratulate for your opinion and enjoy life.
I do agree with that. But then I do also think, you know, there's a lot of sacrifices that come with the job. There's a lot of weddings, there's a lot of birthdays, there's a lot of family things that I completely missed. Partner in a relationship way. That was a big thing for me.
That's
really tough because it was me, myself, and I. And if someone rang me and said, "You're going to Istanbul tomorrow for 2 years," I would go. So I've sacrificed, and again, that's on me, and I made the right decision. But I'm reflecting back now on 25, 30 years of a career, and I think, oh, that's interesting that I actually at that moment decided that. And it's interesting that I made that choice for myself, not realizing what the future could hold or indeed what it looks like. And that's fine. But yeah, there's quite a bit of sacrifice to it as well.
No, I mean, the sacrifice is a choice.
100%.
What type of sacrifice? Because you always have to make. To sit on the same chair 20 years and do a job, I think it's quite a big sacrifice. And if you're ready for it, it's fine. If you want to go, like you said, to Istanbul for 2 years, I mean, it's okay. It's not that bad, you know?
No, it was great.
How was the time in Strictly Turkey?
Yes, so I was Strictly Come Dancing with the Stars, Turkey. Again, one of those wonderful experiences where I said yes to something I had no idea what it was.
So good.
And I tell you who, you know, popping a little old school name in there, bit of Strictly alumni. It was Darren Bennett and Lilia Kopylova.
We spoke because we are a lot in Ireland. We are in the green room watching OT doing her performance.
And Darren and Lilia are creatives on.
So good.
On the Irish.
They told me they did Lebanon as well a few years.
Lebanon,
He was a judge as well. That's amazing.
So Darren was a judge on the Lebanese version, and Lilia was in Turkey with me.
Oh my God.
So I got a phone call from Darren, and I was 26, 27 years old.
Perfect.
What are you doing for the next sort of year? Well, nothing really. He was like, do you want to come to Istanbul and be in Strictly? So I said yes, and then I was on a plane the next day to Turkey.
No, the next day?
Seriously, literally, it was that quick.
Wow.
And didn't know the language, had never really been to Turkey before.
Chuk, boom, boom.
Yeah. Çok teşekkür ederim. I can speak all sorts.
There you go.
Now. Yeah. So my Turkish is pretty decent.
Oh, well done.
And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I had to. My first season was with the Eurovision entry for Turkey. She won Eurovision. And in true television style, Marius, I didn't speak Turkish and she didn't speak English. So our VT sessions and our studio sessions were
that was great,
hilarious. My hand signals were all over the place. And
Can you imagine?
Yeah, so that's how I had to learn the language.
Can you imagine?
Just to understand sort of the anatomy, counts.
It's like OT and my mom.
Yeah. Yes, it's so true, isn't it? The international language of sign. Everybody's going forward and back.
No, now they use Google Translate.
Oh, it's a Google Translate. Well, funny, we didn't have that then back in 2010, 2011.
James Translate.
It was James Translate. And I think for people that know me really well...
Let me go into the book.
the Berlitz Istanbul book. But for people that know me really well, they know that my face doesn't really lie. So when she said something that had a tone under it, where I knew she was saying something really negative about me, on camera you could see me scowling at her. So I thought she's being horrible about me.
This lady, I don't know her.
I was like, she can sing, but she can't dance.
remember the last week performance?
That's it. Yeah. So that was the first season. Oh. And then wonderfully asked back for season 2. And I danced with probably the most famous supermodel in the world, Adriana Lima.
Wow, no!
Yeah.
No way, man.
I wish I'd reacted like that because I didn't know who she was.
Oh my God. Yeah, but that was a few years ago.
It was a long time ago.
She was at the beginning, maybe.
Yeah, well, she was Victoria's Secret's
Oh, wow. She's
top
brilliant.
dog. Yeah, she was number 3 in the world.
Turkish?
She's not. She's Portuguese.
Yeah.
However, the reason why they got her on the show was because she was the first foreign supermodel to advertise Cheetos, the crisps. And the Turkish people went crazy for her.
Realistic.
So she had a real big fan base. So they flew me from Istanbul to Miami to train her and then flew us back to do the live show. And that was pretty arduous, but very, very cool because I didn't have to worry about the language barrier in the first instance.
That's amazing, man.
And we still wish each other Happy New Year and Happy Birthday now. And we're still in some form of contact. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah,
very cool, man.
Yeah.
I did 2 seasons in Germany. I didn't have that Yeah. Anyway.
You know talk? When you, I feel like you want to talk about it. It's a bit
you just want to delete. Let me delete those 3 months of my life. No, it was not even 3 months. You were out for a show, so I was like, yes.
It's a.
You know when you're happy to be out of the show?
Yes, yes, I do. And I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say that I may not have sabotaged the routine to get out of the show.
Is this cha-cha-cha? Yeah.
Yeah, it's off time.
Is this cha-cha? Yeah. Just do it.
I was like, you just go forward on a heel. That's fine. No issues at all. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done.
It's a process, right? It's a very, very difficult process in a lot of ways as the professional. Gorgeous, amazing, the most wonderful.
But demanding.
Demanding. Yeah.
It drains.
Especially if it's in a language that isn't your first.
And if you put a lot of passion, you know?
Yeah.
If you put a passion in and you're like, fully committed like OT was every year on Strictly, she was literally, I was like, babe, you can't do this to yourself. This is, the passion you put into this show is, you cannot pay that.
All consuming.
Unbelievable. I was more like, guys, I'm doing the job. My 20 couples are waiting for me to coach them for the German championship. I'm all right.
And the other thing, to just piggyback onto that with a cultural thing in Turkey, is the audiences didn't like any slow dancing. So we removed half of what we could possibly do. So any of our social foxtrots, our American smooths, our waltzers, they were all removed from the transmission. So every week they got a version of a salsa or a cha-cha because that's all they wanted to watch. So it became quite hard creatively.
Yeah.
Because you know as well as anybody, there's only so many figures you can put together.
And in the end, if the views are not there, it's bye-bye.
It's bye-bye.
Very simple.
So it lasted 2 seasons, but 2 wonderful years of part of my life.
I remember because one friend of mine, he did the German version one time, Schlögel. And then he was asked, and then he asked me as well, you don't want to come and do a casting for Turkey? I was like, no. I was still, I don't know when, I think it was before OT, it was 20-something, 10.
2010.
Yeah. So
2010 to 2012 was the 2-year gap.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, I'm not.
Beautiful
I wasn't
city.
ready. Oh, I can imagine.
Great place. And we really got looked after.
Man, it's just so, I mean, those experiences that you lived through those type of shows are so unique.
Yeah.
Like who can, go back in time and talk like that?
I don't know. I mean,
you know what I mean?
I do, yeah. It's funny when you say that because no one's ever really asked me that question. So it stumps me a bit because I can only speak about these things to people like you, OT, in this.
No, but also people when they come fans after the tours and then they maybe you're Turkish speaking, then they remember, and you're like, oh, I remember you from the show doing this and this, and then of course you're like, oh yeah, it was like unbelievable.
I tell you what, it has given me free kebab sometimes.
We were filming in Köln, in Germany, and that's the kebab city. I'm telling you that. Like that was also our place to go.
Because there's a huge Turkish population in Turkey.
Oh wow.
Yeah, massive. Because I know when they were going to do, so they have their version of Britain's Got Talent, Turkey's Got Talent.
Yeah.
They did a lot of casting in Germany for the show because there's a big Turkish population there. So I can well imagine the kebab situation is mega. But if I've been on a night out and I go into a Turkish shop and I start speaking Turkish to them and then they get to know why, the food's flowing. So it's really great.
When people, I think it was something in German television and they were asking me as well, you're a sportsman. How do you eat? How do you take care of yourself? How do you, your diet and everything? Kebab.
That's so true.
And they were like,
what?
Maybe we cut this out.
Yeah. But the thing is...
Wait, what, salad and stuff? No,
kebab. Yeah. And we eat so late, right? Like we eat after work.
We practice till 11.
And then you eat late at night.
And what's open? McDonald's and kebab.
I'm okay with that.
Anyway, James, man, you just moved to Brighton.
Yeah.
I heard.
2 weeks ago.
Surprise.
Surprise. Yeah, moved down to
Diane is in Brighton.
Yes, she is. That's
with
right.
Joe, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
You can babysit.
Yeah, maybe. No. I'm too busy. Another one of skill set to tick off my list. Nanny Wilson.
Man.
Could you imagine?
I want to see that.
The kids would be like all over the place.
I think they would
we'd have a great time.
You have that energy that I think is you connect.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
You have to babysit ours.
No problem.
Anyway, so let's go a little bit more serious about this. Because James is very serious.
Yeah.
First question.
Oh, gosh.
What's no question?
Was that not a question? We're on the first question. Okay, let's buckle up, everybody.
We're going to sleep here.
Yeah, we are. We'll be here for hours. Just the seatbelts on. I'm ready to go.
These guys, they're laughing. They're like, guys, can you please start the podcast?
We'll be very sensible.
After half an hour.
But we haven't seen each other for so long. This is like more of a catch-up than anything.
I know.
So first question, seatbelt on. Right, here we go.
No, it's not tough.
Okay.
You started dancing because your cousin forced you when she needed a partner.
Yeah.
What was so unappealing about it at first? And what changed once you were actually in it?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't come from any kind of performance background. Parents, family, they've got no connections to this business. It was the most alien thing possible for me. It was always in me as a child to want to be on stage. And I knew that I enjoyed performing. But it never really seemed to be something that was attainable or achievable.
You were doing the Beyonce in front of the family?
No. Do you know who it was? It was Take That when I was younger.
There you go.
So Take That and Dirty Dancing were the two triggers for me.
Wow.
And I was like, I get what they're doing there, but I don't know what it is, but I love it. The whole end sequence of Dirty Dancing, I'm sure that resonates with a lot of listeners. Yeah, all of this stuff, Relight My Fire, Flames. I wanted the works, leather pants. I'm going in. So that's where I was at. Yeah. And I was like, 1992, 1993. So I was about 8 or 9 years old. VHS, rewind, fast forward, watching it over and over on repeat. And then my cousin saw an ad. Yeah, this is it, like swinging. And then my cousin saw an advert for Ballroom and Latin at a local dance school. And she basically said to me, you have to come or I'll kill you. Basically, or I'll beat you up. And she was bigger than me and older than me. So I was like, I don't want to go. So she dragged me. And needless to say, I ended up kind of running the class because I ended up being quite good. And she ended up being really bad. So it went the wrong way for her.
But you still pay royalties to her?
Well, we still talk about it now. And actually, I didn't see her. She lives in America now, in Chicago.
Oh, wonderful.
She got a wonderful job with Google. So she definitely made the right decision because we're dancing and she's not. Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, guys, depends what you want.
Depends what you want out of your life. If you're
For
happy,
a wedding dance.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
you're great.
As long as you're happy, that's all that matters. So
hopefully she's not going to watch the podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm going to make her watch it because actually when I think about it, I've got a lot to be thankful for her because if she hadn't have done that, would I have found it later? Would I have found it on my own? I don't know. But I definitely thank her for the push.
How old were you?
I was 10.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was 10 and I was the only boy in the class and I stood at the back and I had that really nonchalant kind of bored face on me because I was like, this is so easy.
Obviously, it was easy for you.
So easy for me.
And then everybody else.
Who knew that?
2, 3, cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, well, we did disco.
Guys, come on. Oh, disco.
We did a bit of disco to get warm, and then we learned basics in waltz, and then I went through the medalist system.
Oh, nice.
Started at my pre-bronze and went all the way up through to my gold stars and did the medalist system, which I really, it was the foundations. I enjoyed it.
Beautiful.
And it was a camaraderie, it was a team, it was part of a national squad that was a medalist school. And I'm so thankful for those grassroots. Yeah. And I still have contact with my very first old dance teacher. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I really always love that you go back to basics and go back to the people that influence you so much in your journey.
That's exactly it.
And like you say, without them, you would be somewhere else, for sure.
Probably richer, but...
In how richer? You know
well, I was talking financially, but
this richer is always very
It's a funny word, isn't it? I have so much wealth in my life. I do. I really do, and there's no complaints from me. I'm a very lucky man. But you know what it's like. Contracts come in, contracts come out, and we've got to graft constantly.
It's okay to just have a smaller lunch sometimes.
Yeah, smaller lunch. Well, I'm not wasting
no
away.
Lunch.
I'm shaking because I've had no lunch. Do it again. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, let's...
I'll remind you of that next time I collapse in the studio. We've no lunch.
There's maybe you
I look
should
great.
have lunch.
I'm like, but I look amazing.
I know that's another
another
podcast.
podcast, isn't it, Marius? Yeah.
All right. So your first partner was your cousin. How do you feel about partnership with the same family, within the same family in general, and how it is different from other partnership? Is less romantic, is more practical because it's easy to communicate maybe, or it's too complicated?
Gosh, well, I only have one experience, and it was when I was a lot younger. Yeah. So I think from my point of view, dancing with my cousin, it was for practical reasons. We walked to the studio together. We could practice at home together. Yeah. There was also a shared common value in doing what we were doing. There's something really lovely about partnership dancing where you don't feel that exposed because you are sharing the experience with somebody else. And I think if you've never done partnership dancing, it's very hard to explain what that feels like, because being out there in a musical theatre setting, for example, or if you're backing dancing at the Brits for Dua Lipa, you're on your own, you're in a group, but the visual is the important thing. The hitting the beats at the right time, correct, the aesthetic. Whereas for Latin and ballroom, there is a certain sense of feel and a certain sense of autonomy and connection that you create with that other person that I think is very special.
No, I think that agree.
Is the most special thing to come out of partner dancing. That you can't really explain it, can you?
If we take the history, it comes from let's enjoy a piece of music.
Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
And then I dance with you, and then I dance with you, and then I say, oh, okay, I connect with that person more. And that body language, it's so different than whatever else you try.
Yeah.
And the touch.
Of course.
How the touch feels, how the movement feels, you know. Even if you're maybe not the most talented as a leader, or many times, you still can give your way. You can look like a gentleman even if you're not able to do some dance steps. You know, it's not about that. It's just the attitude towards someone, about listening to the music a little bit, respecting what the band, if it's a band or whatever, they do, and just to have that whole experience together shared with someone.
And you can, as an audience member, if you're not a dancer or you are a dancer, I think you can see it either way.
100%.
You can feel it. And it's a gift. And it's a special gift, because when you feel it and experience it for the first time, everything just falls into place.
I was just watching the new rom-com with J-Lo and Roy Kent.
Oh, have you seen it?
I love him, man. Yeah, I've seen it.
I've not watched it yet.
Oti watched it by herself, and then I was watching it by myself, because she was filming something in Italy, and then she was like, you have to watch this. I said, babe, I watched it. We have to watch it together. It's so good, you know? So
is it good?
It's amazing.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
It's amazing. It's very easy to watch.
Yeah.
You know, when you want to have a relaxed evening,
okay, I'll give it a watch.
So good. Yeah. I had, from your experience as a coach, did you have people who were family dancing together?
Only married couples if I was doing sort of senior private lessons, over 35s, over 50s.
Okay, that's you have to be a therapist for that one.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
So I told my senior couples, I said, guys, you pay me as a dance teacher, but I need
a little bit more
something for the therapy, because we did half an hour cha-cha-cha and 1 hour we did therapy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on here.
And do you know what's really interesting about the older couples, the senior couples? They're so embedded in what they do that it's really hard to break it. And it's always somebody else's fault in that partnership, so you never actually get down to the nitty-gritty. But the good thing about them is they care, and they are consistent.
No, 100%. 100%.
They're consistent.
100%. It's a huge part, and I'm so happy it grows now. I speak for WSF much more, because I know the numbers there. In senior 5 now.
Yeah.
And they do world championships, and they do all type of big events that give them the importance of continuing and having a big goal in front of them. You know, it just motivates them so much. And they're so good.
They're really
when
good.
They still go in quick step, I'm like, guys.
I know. The energy.
I'm like, what's going on? No, it's very impressive. Very, very impressive. All right. Was there a point when you realize this was no longer just something you happen to be good at, but something you were willing to build a life around?
Yeah, I think there was a turning point for me, really. My nan, who we lost last Christmas,
I remember.
She was a really big part of my dance career, my nan. And so back in the day, before social media and before apps or anything, the stage magazine was actually a paper that you could purchase for £1. And I remember being with my friends in a beer garden in Liverpool, and I went to W.H. Smith and I bought the stage magazine, and in the back of the stage magazine, I was 20 years old, 21, 20 years old, was an advert for the first ever UK theatre tour of Strictly Come Dancing.
Wow.
So the show, I think, aired in 2004 for the first time on the BBC. This was 2005. And it was the next day in Pineapple Dance Studios in London.
Oh, wow.
So my nan took me to the audition.
Wow, that's
first
beautiful.
Train out of Liverpool, very proud Scouser, my nan. So first train out of Liverpool, and she came with me, and I got the job. Yeah.
Well done.
From that moment on, that's just when it went stratospheric, and it never stopped. And we toured for 2 years with that show. And Lionel Blair, the great late Lionel Blair, was the Bruce Forsyth. The icon Jane McDonald was Tess Daly. So we had them anchoring the show.
Wow.
And we toured the UK in all of the big theatres for 2 years. And Anton and Erin choreographed it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a big, big show, the first of its kind. And we actually had some exceptional alumni in the show that went on to do some amazing things. So Emma Slater, who's now Dancing with the Stars America, she was in the show. Shauna Burgess, Dancing with the Stars America in Australia.
Wow.
Shauna was in it. Her partner Patrick was in the show. We had
brilliant.
Yeah, and a lot of people started their career from Simply Ballroom, which was the name of the show. So that was the moment where everything kind of fell into place, and I thought, I found where I'm supposed to be. This makes sense to me. And as I say,
that's the world I want to be in.
Yeah, because I loved entertaining people, but I didn't really enjoy the competitive side of our business, because I'm not very competitively minded. I understand it's part of what we have to do, but I'd much rather be told, this is where you need to be, there's your costume, go out there and do it. And I'm good at that. I can do that with my eyes closed.
I reflect more and more about that. And actually last evening, I tell my daughter always, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. And she say, oh, you're the best, Papa, you're the best, Mama. You know, so she has that attitude. And then Oti was saying yesterday, oh, you're the champion. And I was thinking about it, because it's a difference between being the best or very good in something or being the champion, because that must be a competition before in order for you to be a champion.
Yeah.
So then you have to go through that process of competing, which then changes a little bit, because the goal is a bit different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's not just to be great in your craft, but you have to be accepted by a few judges that they think you're the greatest.
Yeah.
And you have to play the game of that competition.
It's the circle that you've just spoken about. And I think you mentioned, and we touched on it a little bit earlier in the podcast, you know, it's about the perseverance and what is my gift? My gift is what I know I can do. So I'm going to do that really well. Why would I try something that I know isn't going to go 100% my way? Because I'm just going to be knocking on an empty door.
Correct.
But the show world, which is really where most of my energy has been put in, I have competed internationally. I have competed for England. I've done the closed British, the UK closed, done the Italian Open, but nothing really sat well with me with it. But put me on a stage with my comrade.
Your values are very, very interesting. When I met you first time on the cruise, on the P&O cruise, that
was a long time ago.
Yeah, man. It was in Italy, Rome, Civitavecchia. I remember we were having drinks by the beach. There.
Yeah,
It was
that's right.
beautiful. And then I already saw that your values are so different.
Yeah.
Than a usual, let's say, ballroom Latin dancer that wants to compete and be the world champion, you know? I was like, oh, okay, I see why you do this. I see why you're loving this world and how you manage to get from one cruise to the other, and how to, because you see the bigger picture of this entertainment world. Because ballroom dancing, if you think about it, social side, performance side, so it's a lot of aspects. And then comes the competition in between.
Right.
So it's a combination of three worlds, because you have to perform nice. You have to still keep that happy social feeling.
Of course.
So it shouldn't look like a sportsman, like you're running and your face looks like you are struggling. And then you have to win that competition. So it's so complex.
And I'm very aware that each of those facets that you've just described requires a lot of detail and thought from the person. So if you're in the competitive world, everybody knows there's a game that you need to play there.
Yeah.
And are you willing to play it? And to what cost are you willing to play it?
Exactly.
With the entertainment world, I just remember being on stage with my friends, first and foremost, my friends, my colleagues, people that had a shared interest in that to me. And there's nothing like that feeling of being together with people that care as much as you do about the business. We're all doing the same cha-cha choreography. We're all doing the same samba choreography. Oh my gosh, it's electrifying. I can't even, but you can't put it into words. So just to have it in the corner of your eye and you see, because I know Oti and Giovanni did some stuff on the cruise with Layla and I when we were on it.
Yeah.
And you just look around and, you're dancing with people who you respect and you've got a shared common value. There's nothing that beats that. But you put me in a competitive situation and I find myself not being James. And I've tried to... James, sorry. James, Hame or James. I choose any three of those names today as you wish. Yeah, literally.
Me today.
Hola, how are you?
It's not James.
Not James.
I'm
James Bond, yeah, that's it. And I don't know, I've struggled with that over the years. And it's taken me a long time to actually pinpoint what it is. And I think I've got to that lovely place where I'm happy with what it is. I know what I'm good at. I know what I'm not good at. And I know where I can push myself and level myself at.
About that, I remember talking with a friend, a very good friend of mine from Germany, and he was judging some big Grand Slam or something like this in some country. And then 2018, I think it was, and I was on the stage. I think we were doing the Strictly tour or something like that. And then he was like, oh my God, it was so good competition and blah, blah, blah. I was like, man, I just was in front of, I don't know, it was O2 Arena where we were.
Thousands.
10,000 people clapping for us together. I don't relate to that now.
I hear you. I get it.
I was like, I don't know. I was like, I was slowly, without being conscious, I was going out of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I want to give back. I want to do the judges' jobs and to be there to give your best opinion you can for the couples, to just support the building, because that's important part of it, the competitions. But to enjoy, even a theater with 500 Ian weight touring, and it was sometimes a 500-seater, 600-seater, a small city, where the people were standing and clapping, and they were so happy.
There's so much joy.
And you're like, oh my God.
And I think for us, as ballroom dancers from young ages, having your craft be respected and appreciated in the way that it is now worldwide, it's quite overwhelming, because when we were younger, it was a bit of an antiquated, old-fashioned thing to do.
Yeah.
Not many people were that into it unless you were involved in the way that we were as competitors and as people that cared about it. And now it's at the forefront of everybody's minds. It's the biggest show in the world in every country.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a slice of a salsa or a cha-cha, the chance to dance with Oti, the chance to dance with whoever from Strictly.
Yeah.
Why would you not? Life is too short. Yeah. And the theatres, the arenas, the television shows, the experiences and the doors it's opened for me, for you, for whoever, it's amazing. Why would you not go, I'll try that. And if it doesn't work out, I'll find something else.
Also now I was discussing with Oti, because now we expect the second baby, and then she's not feeling the best, you know. It's quite difficult time for her. And she was doing this tour in Ireland just to teach people to dance. It's like, babe, come on, it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of, like you have newspapers coming or red carpet. None of that glam is there. And you just go in a sports hall and you teach 50 people to dance. And you travel to Ireland. And you shouldn't really travel that much. And the doctor said you should take care of yourself. And it's like, no, I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, this passion, huh?
Passion.
This passion can be dangerous
sometimes. But it's in us all,
I had
isn't
to
it?
stop her once. I was like, babe, let's have this weekend.
I mean, she is already like a little ball of energy, isn't she?
When she loves something, she's game over.
Well, she's a Leo, like me.
I'm like, peace. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Right. Yeah.
That's why
so she's the 8th.
So the Leos love Café Patron.
We'll blame Aliash for that. I think I'm allergic to it since my trip with Aliash. And you.
Oh my God!
When that black
Shirley was there on the cruise, and Danny.
When that little black bottle comes out,
my God.
Game over. I'm to bed when I see that black bottle.
We're not sponsored by Patron, but
no.
I mean, we should be.
I think my blood is. Like,
I love that.
Ivy.
Man, unbelievable. So if you go a bit to the national finals you did, then you moved into the Strictly tour in 2004 or five? Five.
Yeah.
5 here, so it's correct. When did you realize your career might live in many rooms, not just the competitive lane? How did you then started to split your focus?
Because I was amongst people that I really respected in the competitive world, and I listened and I kept my eyes open and my ears opened, and I saw how they were diversifying. So Burn the Floor was quite big at the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the guys that were on the Simply Ballroom tour with me were going off to do the world tour of Burn the Floor or the Asia version of Burn the Floor. The company that we worked for, the production company that we worked for was Simply Ballroom. They also had a pantomime production company.
Wow.
So they offered the dancers on Simply Ballroom pantomime over Christmas. So then what you
had like how many months of work per year?
Oh, 10.
Because this is how we calculate, no?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah, you calculate, if I have 5 months, 6 months of work, I'm good.
10, yeah.
If you have 10, you're rich.
Pretty correct. And this is where I was at. And don't forget, I was 21 years of age at the time.
Beautiful.
And everything that I'd imagined I would want for my life was coming true. So if you go straight out of a tour, a #1 UK tour, really well, selling really well, and then you go into a pantomime, you're guaranteed money over Christmas. Then you have a couple of weeks off in January, and then you start the tour over again in February. And it rolled for 3 years.
Wow.
So that's when I realized...
That you bought 5 houses, yeah?
Yeah. 6. And then I traveled business class for 3 of those years. I say flippantly.
You didn't tell me all of that.
Yeah, that's it. But then I realized, oh my gosh, there's so much more in this world that I could be doing. And why would I not be doing it? So that's when I saw the doors opening.
Beautiful.
It is.
So when I speak with friends, so coming from Romania, everything developed after the 90s, after the revolution, and all the communist party was gone. And then I moved to Germany, 2001. And then in Germany, of course, you have the competitive world, which is huge.
Yeah.
But musicals, you have like 5 musicals in the whole country.
Wow.
So you're like, okay, that's not a lot.
No.
And then I was speaking now with friends what people earn. Because it's always like we are a bit afraid to talk about money. No, we have to talk because the new generation should know, guys, you're going to be broke.
But rich in other ways.
Rich in other ways. Rich in other ways.
Yeah.
So nowadays, I spoke recently, and definitely they earn more. I remember 10 years ago, they were still earning 300, 400, 500 pounds per week.
Okay.
Now they go between 500 and 1,000 even.
Yeah.
In the big musicals. So that's not bad already, you know?
No,
that's
great.
not bad. Okay, for London is... Whatever you earn is not enough for London.
But don't forget, in Germany, the musical theatre kind of genre in Germany, that they build the theatres specifically for the shows. So you look at, is it Stuttgart, where they've got Starlight Express there?
Yeah.
And they've actually created train tracks.
Or Offenburg was a big Starlight.
Unbelievable. Yeah. And some of the most incredible shows are being produced in Germany. Yeah. So there is a market there for sure. For sure.
I saw Wicked.
Did you?
Stuttgart.
Amazing.
It was beautiful. Yeah. No, anyway, and then when I moved from Germany to the UK, and I told people, guys, you don't even understand the industry here because you did all those things. In Germany, they started strictly, I don't know, maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago.
Right.
But the first tour was actually just before the lockdown, it started 2019.
It was late.
Very late.
Yeah.
And also all the professionals here, it was 1 year, I remember, it was also, I think, 2019, there were 22 tours from Strictly Professionals.
Wow.
All together with a Strictly tour. Anyway, around 20. In Germany was only is only the main.
And I take you back to 2005 when we toured with Simply Ballroom. It was the only one.
Yeah.
It was the only one.
Yeah, but that's what the opportunities you have in the UK, people don't realize. You have so many, and that's why I tell my students, guys, learn other styles as well. Because if you want to stay in the industry, you have to have more ways of earning money.
And again,
like all the musical theater kids when they come and learn ballroom and acting because they want to be on Strictly tours.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I want to do a waltz properly. I don't want to do waltz like this.
Yeah.
You know.
And you can see, you can tell some of them who are blagging the Latin and ballroom, but pretending that they've been Latin and ballroom trained, and they haven't. But they understand.
When they do cha-cha-cha like that.
Complete turnout. But they know the opportunity is there for them. And the only dance shows that are happening now in the UK are the Strictly ones, really. Unless you're in a ballet company or a contemporary company.
No, I mean, they could be, like we have students that are in West End in Matilda or in at the musical theatre, but you have to be really good.
Yeah.
And you have to fit the role.
Exactly.
Which is not very easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important to be open-minded.
Absolutely. Diversity is key. Versatility, hugely.
I like that. I like that. Very nice. All right. What did the competition world, the last question about the competition world, because I know you're like, peace, man, give you that became your foundation later? And what did the wide entertainment world force you to learn that competition never asked of you?
Good question. I think foundations and grounding and knowledge from my peers, teachers that were my coaches, that got me onto the competition floor. That was key to me being successful in an audition room. I've got to acknowledge that, you know, the great teachers. So Margaret Redmond from Liverpool was one of my coaches. Alison Fulham. I've had some wonderful teachers who have created my understanding of bass technique, which then allowed me to put my own spin on it for the entertainment world. And I've never professed to be the greatest technician in the world, but I can absolutely guarantee as a performer, I'll perform the socks off it. And it just feels natural. So they both kind of come hand to hand, really. I feel more secure on a stage, weirdly, even though people would say it was more exposing. I find competitions more exposing. Don't know why. Might be because of what I've said previously about not feeling like I'm very competitively minded.
Yeah.
But
was not the value for you to be world champion? Was not.
No, to do
which is fine.
My success was to be successful in what I wanted to do. I've ticked the box.
For me, was to be second and happy is more important to be first and
not happy.
Okay.
Yeah, and to still have that semblance of normality in life.
Yeah.
I needed to still live and have that understanding.
I would rather go for a beer after practice than stay longer and win.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can put those two in balance, but to just have fun with my friends or go to a salsa club.
But I tell you what, I did used to love when I was competing. I used to love assembly practice.
Oh, yeah.
So the greatest smelling staircase I think I've ever known in my life. You walk up those stairs, Greg would be at the top taking your money. There was that smell.
I can't wait to have Peter to talk about it.
Yeah.
I spoke with him a few times, and this is what when ETC camp is a very big camp from some of my teachers, and saying, oh, I would love to have that feeling of family here.
Right. And do you know what's really interesting? My friend and I, Ksenia, who used to be a former British professional and amateur Latin champion, we drove to Semley the other week to see it. And it's now got houses on it and stuff. But we just took a little bit of a drive past it, and it was the nostalgia.
I remember I was staying in the hotel. It was a park there, and I was staying in... mainly when we were going from Germany to have lessons with Hans and Brian to stay. We were staying there.
And you think about the amount of people that have gone through those doors, the amount of people, the practices before the big comps, there were rounds.
And there were dancers everywhere.
And I love that.
Literally, you couldn't go in a shop, you couldn't see the dancers.
You always knew.
A bag with a dress, with a hair, with a typical haircut. And
always dressed in a very beige colour or a neutral colour, very darks or blacks. Yeah, you just knew it.
Yeah.
But I loved that.
The bottom dance.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, you know when you go through a store and you see that attitude, can I have some apples, please?
Like, how much is your milk?
Yes. Here, milk. Can I take from up there?
Yeah, it was just, they were really great times, and I loved those times because I lived in a big house with a load of other dancers in Streatham. So, again, you know, reflecting on those experiences and being able to talk about it, it's quite cathartic because you forget, because you're so focused on what's about to happen or what's going on right now. And you think, oh my gosh, that was a thing. So yeah, the competitive world forged a lot of my understanding of my technique, my respect for my partners, more importantly.
Yeah.
Big time.
I hear you.
Learning from quality teachers, listening to them, being in awe of them in a room, of how they create the mechanics of the understanding of the body, the precedes, the follows, the timing understanding, and then translating that into a show world. Yeah, I think I did it pretty well.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. If you think about those assembly practices, if you wanted to see the best couples in the world before a competition, you had to go there.
That's exactly. And
it was not Instagram. Oh, let me watch whatever.
Yeah.
This or this couple. And you're like, oh, Doreen is here.
But you know what it did?
This Trolls is here, whatever.
It ignited
Marius
fire in you
because
you'd watch them in the practice round and you'd go, okay, I need to do this. Or you'd try and level up. There was nothing negative about it. It was all love. It was all positive. It was all encouragement because we all know what the experience is like to be in that
all
world.
in the same, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we are, Like this.
Same boat.
Paddling, sinking, get the water out.
I didn't know I can paddle, but anyway. I need to learn. All right, so we go to another part of the podcast, 20 rapid fire questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have 1 minute. I mean, this one is probably not one, this is about 7 minutes. I don't know, like, what is this? 20 minutes?
20 rapid fire questions in 20 minutes.
Let's just go just for the sake of it.
Okay, this is exciting.
All right, 20 questions.
Okay.
Don't think too much, please. Just go for it.
That won't be too hard for me, Marius.
I'm a dancer.
I'm a dancer. Yeah. Peace. Here we go.
Love you.
I'm ready.
Okay, anyway, first question. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Wow. That was Do you remember people's birthdays?
Yes.
Oh, well done. What's the weirdest thing you believed as a child?
Santa Claus existed.
But that's weird as normal.
And he does, for anyone watching.
Man, the best compliment you ever received?
I've got nice eyes.
Do that to the camera, please.
They're blue. They're very unique.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Anyway, after Cafe Patron, even nice.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Your favorite day of the week?
Saturday.
Party guy. Did touring teach you more about the business than competition did?
Yes.
Have you ever tried scuba diving?
Yes.
Well done. What is your biggest pet peeve? I don't even understand the question.
Pet peeve.
What is the pet peeve? Guys, Alex, what did you do?
A pet peeve is something that is...
high English.
A pet peeve is something that you're not very fond of, I guess, or something that kind of like irritates you, maybe? Is that right?
All right, irritates. There you go.
An irritation.
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 Okay, which
pet? You're really learning English.
Which pet you don't like?
No, it's not about animals.
It's not about animals.
No, it's not about animals.
What are you doing?
A pet peeve. It's like an English, like little word to talk about an irritation. It's nothing to do with animals, Marius. But we're going to keep that in the podcast.
Anyway. I learned English today. There we go.
Yeah, irritation. People who aren't authentic. I like authenticity.
Yeah, I agree.
Integrity, honesty. I like that.
Brilliant. If you could instantly master any skill, what would it be?
Flying.
I will see you go out of the studio.
I really want to be Superman for a day.
Oh, man.
That'd be cool, right?
That would be sick. If is backstage work still undervalued in dance?
Yes, big time.
Man,
the stuff that you don't see.
They are heroes.
Wow, yeah.
I know from our tours, it was unbelievable.
Crazy.
Does instinct still guide you more than advice?
100%. My instinct absolutely guides me. I love that you're answering my questions for me. You're like, does instinct guide you? Like, yes, I think it's clear that it does.
Let me go to Turkey
tomorrow. And now we're in pet peeves.
Stop it.
Okay.
All right.
Serious now.
What's your biggest quality?
Loyalty.
Yeah, that's cool. Biggest weakness?
I'm hard on myself. Too hard on myself. Way too hard on myself.
Perfectionist. Huh?
Yeah.
What is your favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Oh, it's cool. Cool. Was live stage work scarier than the competition floor?
No, competition's way scarier.
Yeah, I agree. Because you have judges.
Yeah, some of them can't see.
Let me do do your judge face. Why are you closing your eyes?
Some of them can't see.
What?
No, but some of them don't see. They're like that.
I love that.
We've already marked them.
No, the competition face. The dance floor is here.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What about the guy that was on his phone at that comp the other month?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, it went viral. This judge was
really?
on his phone texting or WhatsApping while there was a comp on. Yeah. It's wild.
He was judging other competition online.
Probably.
He had 2 jobs.
He was on Tinder. Swiping. Oh, I'll mark them first. She looks nice.
You miss some marks.
It doesn't matter.
All right. Did Turkey change how you saw dance audiences?
Yes, made me way more respectful, and it opened my eyes up to other cultures. Really important. I'd never done anything like that. It was crazy.
Because anyway, if you are not active, you got no claps.
No claps, yeah, basically, yeah.
Guys, that was a good waltz.
Yeah.
What is waltz?
What is waltz? Yeah.
That's a good one, yeah. I had one couple came for lessons. And I was like, guys, we start rumba walks, first lesson. Oh, we heard about rumba walks. I said, okay, you killed me. Bye. Never come again. Come again when you also practice, not only hear about rumba walks. They killed me. I was like, okay, bye. Do you still get nervous before going on stage?
Yes.
Nice. Do you sing along when you drive?
Yes. Of course. You know I do that. Shower, car,
Tell Alex that.
everywhere.
Is teaching harder than performing?
Yes.
Last question. Would young James believe the life dance gave him?
No.
If somebody would have told you, James, that's going to be your life.
No way.
What?
No way. No, and that's made me slightly, I think that's made me a bit emotional hearing that question, because I don't really know what that world looked like for me when I was younger, because there was so many things that were happening in my life that, were difficult. Like, everybody has difficulties, but this was my peace. This was my safe haven. These were my people, and this is where I felt like I could do anything and do anything for my career, do anything for myself, do anything for my family. And I proved that, and then some. Yeah. So once I'd done the stuff that I actually wanted to do, everything after that was just a bonus. I couldn't believe the other stuff that, opened doors for me. Like, I do radio, choreograph panto, all the stuff that I would only dream of doing. Dance has given me those opportunities without question. Wow. If it wasn't for Ballroom and Latin, I wouldn't have done any of those things.
I think that's very inspirational.
Thank you. That's kind of you to say.
It is, but can you imagine, there are so many kids, they're like, especially now, when they don't know what to study because of AI, they're like,
oh, I know.
What's the purpose of studying when there's not going to be jobs in 5 to 10 years? Yeah,
well, this is it. And there's things that can do it for you. Yeah. That's the danger.
And what I say, I think art, creativity, human creativity, and that human touch, what we do when we dance together, you can't take it away.
You can't mimic it.
I really think the price of art, of genuine art, like old school art, will go so much higher, because it's going to be probably wealth, I suppose, because the way of generating wealth through help of AI. So I hear many friends who they already built on that.
You're right.
And it's going to be money, but it's going to be, what do you do with the money?
Yeah.
Because we want 100%, the last years we want more experiences. We don't want more things. Yeah. Because you can't wear 5 t-shirts and 10 trousers. It's not possible. I mean, you can.
You can.
Obviously.
You'll give it a try.
If you go to North Pole, probably you will do that, And if you want your bag to be, like, I know dancers, they were traveling and they couldn't afford the luggage. So they were
wear everything.
They were wearing everything. I was like, guys, you can't do that yourself. They're sweating in the plane. And they're like, guys,
okay?
I'm 1 week in the UK and it's cold. Anyway, so that was our questions. What percent, this is a different question, of your friends, family, people around you believed in what you do? And what percent didn't?
Well, so to put it into perspective, my mum and dad are both lawyers.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And no one in my family has a connection to the industry, whether it's dance, acting, singing, nothing. So you can well imagine the family that I came from when I said I wanted to do this for a living. It didn't land very well. It kind of landed.
What?
Oh yeah, basically.
How would you say in Liverpool accent?
What?
What?
Well, actually, my mum and dad.
Was that dance?
My mum and dad don't really speak Scouse. They're quite well spoken, should we say?
Well spoken.
It didn't land very well at all.
Thanks God for your nan, man.
But my nan was my little soldier and my champion. But also, it was me. I'm so stubborn. And even from a very young age, I just knew that everybody was wrong and I was right.
It's not stubborn. It's that powerful feeling. Because when I went to first time in a dance studio, I stayed for 3 classes.
Yeah.
The teacher was like,
because you just know.
Man, go home. What are you doing? We close the studio, leave. It's 9 o'clock in the evening.
Little Marius, get out.
I know. I was 12 and he was like, out.
But you can't describe that feeling, can you? Because we all find it. We all place ourselves where we're supposed to be for that moment that the spark ignites.
It was...
And it's that. You can't explain it.
I was just telling you, when we entered the studio with Oti and we saw the studio, we're like,
you knew.
This is it.
Yeah.
And then it was 2020 and people were closing down studios because of the lockdown. We opened September and was just was starting the next lockdown. And because of Strictly and TV productions were continuing, I could pay the rent.
Of course.
And this is when you know it, and I don't want to lose the chance, even if it's a difficult moment like that.
Yeah.
Where everybody was like, "Oh, you mad?"
Yeah.
Like, why would you do that?
And as you say, those it's funny, isn't it? Because I think if you were to ask any dancer, they would tell us the same thing.
Yeah.
That moment where we walked in somewhere and we went, "I found it. This is it." And they're the ones that stick it out.
And it's similar because people ask me, "How do you know if a partnership will work?" You know, you also have that. Of course, you have to analyze. You have to analyze your goals. You have to analyze your amount of time, amount of money, amount of support you have, amount of whatever. How ready are you for a partnership, especially now in the solo world, where everybody's like, I want to dance alone.
Yeah.
I don't want any commitment to anyone. I don't want to have logistics stress. I don't want to have discussions about to which teacher we go. Yeah. It's so much easier to do it alone. The fun is, I would say, I don't want to upset anyone, half.
Of course it is. The shared belief, the common goal, it's halved, 100%. Exactly. And you know Layla, my dance partner, really super well. We aren't just dance partners, we're family. She is my family. So I've got to a point now where we do tours together, we've got our own show going out, we do our
Tell me about that. Tell me about that. I'm so sorry again we couldn't, but you see why.
I know, because you're just always you're busier than me.
But because of Otis' pregnancy, so she couldn't do September. It's going to be quite difficult.
She'll be
tell us about that.
So again, in my crazy world where I just thought, right, I've done this, I've done that, I've done the other. What can I do next? I know, I'll produce and choreograph my own show. So I did, and got everybody on board from the graphic designers to literally reaching out to the theatres myself and saying, this is the product, will you buy it? Do you want it? And then we've got a 9-night UK tour starting in September.
That's amazing.
And Flavia.
I know, man, Flavia changed my perspective.
Changed my perspective.
Unbelievable.
Dude, that Argentinian tango is hard.
I know, man. I was practicing with her 2 weeks to make that choreography for our tour.
Which was
I was
great.
like, oh, easy peasy. I did with Oti Tango Argentino. No, man.
No, it's not the same.
That was not Tango Argentino.
I came to watch you in Manchester, didn't I? I came to see your tour in Manchester and you did the tango with Flavia. There is something so unbelievably beautiful about having her in your arm and dancing the tango with her.
She is just...
Oh my gosh, she melts.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Unbelievable.
So she taught Layla and I some tango stuff for some of our shows. Then we got chatting. Then she said yes, which was just wild to us.
Yeah.
That she would say yes to us. So she is our guest star for not all the dates because she can't make all of the dates, which is fine, but she's about 3/4 of the tour.
But she's unbelievable to work with. I'm her biggest
consummate professional,
unbelievable.
Ex-Strictly winner. 2014 or 13, I think she won it. A tango goddess and just a really nice human. So she's headlining our tour, and that takes us to November, which is crazy.
Wait. We have to give us the information so we can.
Yeah, I will do that.
We can have it because I'm sure we will go out before with the podcast. So I'm sure we can help a little bit because people have to see.
Yeah,
people have to see your crazy mind to work.
And it is crazy. And I just think, how have I? And the other thing is, I'm like, how have I got? Because you helped us with costumes. We've got some of the stuff, haven't you, from your tour, which is beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. And that's what I'm talking about. It's those connections that people want to help you, and that means that people care. And you don't get that. It's really rare in our business. So, it's going to be cool.
Because, of course, if your glass is not full, it's difficult to give, because you're still struggling to survive many times. It's not easy to give. It's like charity work.
Yeah.
It's difficult to give charity work when you cannot have your basic lifestyle, you know?
100%.
So, yeah, it's... but that's what I'm saying. We have to give back. When we get to an age and to a way of, I give my studio to whatever type of charity work, or we had Black in the Ballroom having an amazing event, or other type of events where educational events. The studio is free. Just go take it.
Why would
just
you not?
do it. You know, I'm happy you're using the space, and then with opportunity will come.
Yeah.
So we can work together in the future, or even do projects.
I'm such a believer in that.
Or, yeah, 100%. It is like that. It is like, because it's an energy.
Yeah.
You're exchanging all the time. So I think it's so bad when you're just close-minded. It's so bad for the development, because you always have to watch to 5 years. We have 6 years actually now in September, or 10 years plan. You know, you have to have like the bigger picture. You know,
of course you do.
Because that bigger picture is the one.
Well,
everything
smart.
in between is great and is part of it, all the details. But without the bigger picture, I think you don't know where you're going, you know, a bit. So, yeah. Right. World Atlas.
Yeah.
What do you know about the world? I hope it's coming Turkey. Anyway, so the idea is we are picking up a country randomly.
Okay.
And we ask you, what do you know about the country?
Great.
Yeah. Last time we had Nicole, and Nicole Cutler was opening at Namibia.
Oh, God. Did Nick know anything about Namibia?
Not really. I mean, she is not far from South Africa,
which is hilarious.
Which is okay. So she knew a little bit, but she was like, "No, I don't think I know a lot."
So was that quite a short podcast? It kind of finished.
It was 2.5 hours podcast.
Well, I'm very intrigued.
That part was short.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, I'm going to put it out there now. I'd like to think I'm quite well traveled.
And I think before we had New Guinea we had before.
Papua New Guinea?
Yeah.
I've been there.
Oh, there you go.
I have been there.
So you see that.
So I love that you did that link. Well done. That was complete fluke. Papua New Guinea, back to James, who's been to Papua New Guinea. I'm going to put it out there and going to say I'm all right. I'm quite well travelled. I'm nervous about this bit.
Okay, it's going to be all right. Latin and ballroom do exist in Namibia, but the scene appears small, concentrated, and still institutionally young.
Yeah.
Publicly visible activities seems centered mostly around Windhoek, is the capital, yeah, correct? With studios and competitions tying into South African judging and training structure, which I know from some South African friends. The clearest sign of formal dance sport development is that Dance Sport Namibia, we are congratulating them, appears to be joined the World Dance Sport Federation in 2023. And I just watched the AGM of the World Dance Sport Federation, and they congratulate the new president. And it's developing.
Brilliant news.
Claps
for Namibia.
They run by 2025 already national tournament under a new management team. So yeah, it's really good. Yeah, there you go, Namibia.
Wow.
Let's just. Oh, I'm sure you're gonna get some.
I hope I'm gonna get a
funky country. I see it already. Okay, you can read a bit.
I probably need to, because I don't know where this is. So I've opened the World Atlas on Chad. Sounds like a really bad Tinder. This is Chad. Swipe no way go that way. So Chad has a population of 16.9 million.
There you go.
Its official languages are Arabic and French. And it is south of Libya and to the right of Nigeria.
Oh, there you go.
Doesn't really help.
What do you think?
What do I think?
Do they do ballroom dancing there? That's the main question.
I'm going to say no.
No.
I don't think they do.
Okay, we're going to do the research and you're going to get the answer into the next one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think they do.
Well done. So you have to visit Chad now.
Yes. I believe the capital is N'Djamena. N'Djamena.
Probably.
Maybe.
I'm great in geography.
Certainly not on it wasn't on my bingo list, Chad, this morning. I was kind of hoping somewhere else. But it looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'm sure. We have to visit. We said with OT. We have to just, it looks stunning.
It looks beautiful.
Pictures, yeah.
I mean, I don't think they do much ballroom dancing with the camels, but you never know.
I mean, why would you say that?
I don't know.
Why would you say that, James?
But they wouldn't.
Be nice. What my daughter is telling me. Papa, be nice. Okay, it's enough.
That's enough. I'm trying to find a country that I like. Anyway, there's
more Turkey.
Yeah, more Turkey. England, please, anywhere.
Okay. Question of the industry. We have a few now.
Okay.
Yeah. When people imagine a successful dance career,
yeah,
what whole category of labor do they usually fail to see?
That's a good question. I think people measure success by potential achievements that are, I don't know, notorious, for example. So
like titles.
Titles. So I think if you were to, it depends what your audience is and who you're with. I think that some of the greatest dancers / teachers that are in our world would say that success is a happy career and something that you have continued to do, is what I would say. So if you've had a continuous career and you've made a name for yourself and you've earned money and you've been able to successfully succeed in whatever you're doing, that's success. I think the old guard would say that titles and achievements were probably what would measure success.
Yeah.
And I think that I was in that cutoff point where do you find the line of where you pitch yourself?
But also you were quite at the beginning of all this tour.
I was the first.
So that's what I'm saying. You were
frowned upon.
Yeah, you were giving the opportunity to be successful in another way than the titles.
Yeah. And it's proved that we can do that. It's very moldable, our style of dance, for a competitive floor or a stage or an arena.
Easy.
Or a cruise.
Easy.
We can put it anywhere. You can have one couple, you can have 7 couples, and it still gives you the same beautiful, glamorous, old school stuff that people love.
Yeah. No, always. A bit of glam is always, I think.
Oh, they love it.
Very, very.
Well, look at when we did the Strictly cruises, and the people just went crazy for that stuff. And it wasn't difficult work. It was joyous work. It was lovely to be involved in it. But you looked at the audience.
It's still complex. You still want to give
complex,
a diversity in styles. You want to give a diversity in music, of course, as well. The whole picture should be as entertaining as possible.
Well, they wanted the live show, the BBC show, on the ship, and we did it as best we could, and to that formula. But it was the audience's reactions always baffle me. They love it. They absolutely love it.
Especially if they do a dance class after, and then they can feel a little bit in that waltz when you turn, when you do the natural to spins or whatever, you do pivots, and then you go into, and then you're like, oh, they did that on Strictly, or they did that on the stage, and I can do it as well.
I can do it as well. Yeah.
It's much more relatable than, let's say, musical theater.
Yeah.
When they are act and they sing and they're like, oh, I cannot sing.
Yes.
You know, it's a little bit, you can.
It's attainable.
Because the base is the social dance. Of course, you know.
Of course it is.
Yeah, so that's very, very, very interesting. Because you lived on both sides, where do crossover work and public visibility genuinely help ballroom? And where do they start flattening what the craft really is?
Well, I tell you what I found really interesting. A couple of weeks ago, I was judging the Formation Championships up in Stoke.
Oh, brilliant.
And I think that formation dancing has greatly improved, not just from a visual point of view, but from a creative point of view, down to costuming, down to music, down to musicality, because of Strictly. So the influences from the show into the competitive world, and then from the competitive world into the show, I think I'm slowly starting to see the relevance of it now. Because look at the show dance, for example, there's a little bit more interesting work that you can do in show dance now because people are expecting it, because they know what it looks like. So the formation teams, some incredible work happening with those teachers, creating patterns.
But also it's new generations of teachers coming from a more complex vision.
For sure.
Into
and
the
also,
competitive dance.
Their pupils want it.
Of course.
It's what they want, because these youngsters that have grown up have been part of the Strictly genre and era. We didn't have that growing up. So they go, well, that's what it looks like when there's a formation created. I want to look like that. So then that transposes into the formation world. So, you know, I've seen some really interesting and very unique musical choices and themes. The themes are incredible.
I love you did that, the judging job, because if you think about how the pyramid goes down, the strictly judges, they have such an important role, because then they say what's good on TV, and the kids and the teachers are watching, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the champion kind of, or the finalist, because the champion is always, you can have a big discussion about who should have won every season. But then it goes down the pyramid into the dance schools and into the formations or into the dancing. And then the next judges are telling their opinion. Oh, we think this is good. And then, of course, for the next season, we always watch the first 1, 2, 3 places from the competition. And then you are changing, molding what you thought into that direction. That's why it's so important for the judges to get, let's say, the right finalist or the right, and that's why long term, and you see very well in some countries, I have some numbers, when the politics is overwhelming, people see the numbers drop so much for the next years. And when the real winners are coming out in the big championships, you can see the numbers, the belief into the sport is growing so much.
It's really, I quite like judging. I enjoy it.
It's not my favorite thing, but
no.
I know how important it is.
It is very important. And touching on the strictly judges there, you've obviously got Anton, who has been part of the show since day one, and has been a competitive previous to that, with Erin, obviously. And then of Shirley being on there and Mutsi being on there. You've now got quality people who are excellent at their craft.
Yeah.
And they know what they're talking about now.
Correct.
And I think that's why the show has taken the right turn.
Yeah, even so, we have people like Craig that was from the musical theater.
Yeah,
his opinions are so good.
Yes, yeah,
so good. And I have the feeling he sees the bigger picture easier than if you're into the dance world, like strictly teaching, Mutsi having her own dance school. Okay, Anton is doing more the tour and the entertainment side, but I love those opinions.
But he talks about stuff that the others won't. Because he's looking at it from a different eye. And you are right. He looks at the partnership. He looks at the musicality. He looks at the finish of lines. Yeah. He always talks about port de bras or the arm positions, whether it's close hold or open hold or whatever. And he's also a character. And you need that.
I have quite a few connections with the skating world, figure skating. And when Oti was doing Dancing on Ice.
Yeah.
And after the performance, you have the voice that speaks out
the
technique, figures, whatever happened on the floor. Yeah. So you as a judge, you didn't have to be like Oti. She was not speaking about the figures in skating necessarily, but about the musicality, about the interpretation, about chemistry, about how you connect the steps, because you can see if you're shaking in a transition or if you're not, or so there's so many aspects of it. And I love that in Dancing on Ice, that was the technical side, was blah, 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 was out there, and the judges could really focus on the performance and on really what in the end matters, because we all learn the basics.
Of course we do.
But then what you do with the basic is the big, let's say, highlight in a dancer's career.
Absolutely.
Because only if you're great technically, and this is what was my mistake, I was like, I have to be the best in technique. And yes and no. How do you see that focus?
It's the foundation of everything we do, and I think as in the Latin genre and the ballroom genre, of course, every single dance is different. So it has its own character, it has its own technique, it has its own time signature, footwork, inclination, sway, precede, follow. If you don't adhere to that, you're not doing it properly. And I'm a big believer in authenticity.
Yeah,
authenticity in movement. Authenticity in our craft. But I also am very aware that our craft has the legs to be moldable. So I dance salsa, but I bet I don't dance salsa the right way as somebody who is
like a Puerto Rican.
Correct. But I can do a salsa that is required for an audience, and they will leave happy and there will be no complaints, and my job is done. But I think that, as you say with the technique, you have to be good at it. Otherwise, the house will fall down. Basically, and I use that analogy with my students. I'm going to put the bricks in first, and then I'll put the windows in later. The windows being arms, face, head, unless the foundation...
you actually see.
Yeah. what you see.
The visuals.
The visuals. Yeah. But all of this grounding needs to be in. And that's why when I audition kids for these shows now, it galls me slightly when they come in and say they're Latin and ballroom trained, and they're not. They're not. Because we have to still keep the authenticity of the craft. It still has to have that element of the beauty of what it is.
No, of course.
And they're all Latin trained.
And the thing, to dance together with someone, you need a certain way of movement. The coordination is not like super easy.
And you can't teach that. I think that's inbuilt in people. Yeah. You can enhance it. Yeah. But naturally it's already in you to be able to offer your hand, follow lead, melt, breathe, all of that beautiful stuff that even I'm now still learning at 42 years old. I mean, we all are. It's never going to be perfect, but we're secure in our knowledge that we can go out there and do a good job of it.
We were having a dance camp in Freiburg, very famous dance camp, and Brian with Carmen, they were, I think they won Blackpool already 10 times, whatever, something. It was towards the end of their career. And 8 o'clock was finished the practice, everyone was packing, going, and he was still doing Roomba walks in front of the mirror. Yeah. And I was like, man, this guy. The next morning I was going, he was in the gym. Yeah. And I was in the gym and he was running. I was like, man, you are 10 times, you want everything. Why don't you chill? I said, no.
It's ingrained.
Yeah. He was like, that's my lifestyle.
Yeah. And it is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
100%.
I love this question. Can you take us to a moment when you knew your contribution was shaping the room, even if your name wasn't the one getting most of the attention?
Yeah, I can. The lovely Jenny Thomas.
Yeah.
Who is... The wonderful Jenny Thomas, who is the Charleston and the salsa choreographer for Strictly.
Yeah.
I assisted Jenny on Strictly for a few seasons of the show, and being in her kitchen, in her living room, with the music for that week's Celebrity and Professional, putting it together with her, and then going into the dance studios and teaching the likes of Ruth Langsford or Aston Marigold. Wow. Back in the day when they were on the show. I contributed to the world that is Strictly, and I absolutely loved it. And I really did think to myself, yeah, this is the top of it. You can't get any better than this. So even though my name wasn't at the forefront of everybody's lips, or, I wasn't credited, nor should I have been, but I was involved in it and I was part of the process. And it was joyous just being in the studio with everybody, catching up with old friends, seeing the workings of Strictly. And it is a well-oiled machine, as you know. It's so incredible what they do on that show. But yeah, I was very proud of that moment and very grateful to be part of that process.
Beautiful. Very, very humble. You are very humble, James. You are just... Don't take enough credit for your work, I think.
Thanks, mate.
But if that makes you happy...
Yeah, it was great.
Exactly the same. Don't change anything. Do you feel there is a part of your career that people almost never ask about? Family dynamics, backstage labor, or the constant re-earning of credibility?
I think all of the above. I don't really speak to anybody in my family about my career, really, because I don't, and I say this with love, but I just don't think they get it. And they kind of don't, they appreciate it, but I don't think they fully understand what it is. So I find myself only speaking about the career, the business, when I'm in these situations with my colleagues and my friends, where I don't have to explain what it is, or what it feels, the why, what it feels like to tour, what it feels like to be excited about getting the audition. It's very difficult to explain to someone who isn't in it what it is.
Yeah. The reward of the applause and the reward of doing what you love, it's so much bigger than anything else.
Yeah.
And if you're not really into that, as a value for yourself, it's just a bit...
It can come across, depending on how you deliver it or depending on who's receiving it, it can come across a little bit arrogant, or it can come across a bit self-rewarding. If you're talking about, oh, I did this year, or I taught that person, or I danced for the Queen, or, people, if they didn't get it, they'd be like, James, shut up. So you just have to pitch it properly,
was exactly one friend was doing an event in the studio, and then he was like, oh, I'm coming to see you at your work.
Yeah.
Man, I'm sweating here my ass off to teach these people, to make them better, to make champions.
Is this work?
No, but you're just dancing. Exactly, I'm dancing, but I know what I'm doing when I'm dancing. I'm not just, you know.
I've had that a few times over the years, more so when I was younger. You know, when are you going to get a proper job? Is this work? And again, a little bit of the perseverance that we spoke about. Yeah. We've all got it in us. The stubbornness. I was like, dude, I'm carrying on doing this wonderful life. You do you, I'll do me. I'm not harming anyone. I'm living my best life.
These free opinions kills me. The free opinions are the ones. So when I was competing, because to be, let's say, to behave like a professional, you have to listen to everyone. Especially the judges, when they come after competition, they tell you what to do better. You have to stay there and listen. I couldn't. It killed me. I went away. My partner was like, you left me alone with that person telling me half an hour how whatever we are, and you left. Yeah. And I'm like, it kills my spirit.
It kills my soul.
Why would I do that to myself?
Yeah.
I have my teacher who I believe, or even not believe. I had teachers I didn't believe in what they were saying. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it was like that. And I have to stay to listen to someone who doesn't know me, doesn't know what I do, doesn't know my focus, doesn't know my development, just has an opinion that I didn't ask for.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very similar to that. I struggled listening to things and the financial implication of stuff, and you have to do this in order to get there. I just thought, I don't think I do.
No.
I'm just going to do me and see what happens.
And always the most dangerous people, and dangerous, I mean it in the best way possible, are the ones who don't have to be tied to anything.
Yeah.
And of course, it's difficult to follow a world title. You have to be tied to a few people or whatever competitions, organization to get there. But if you then say, okay, let me take a little bit maybe longer, or take a little bit a different route, and but I'm happy. On those 10 years journey, I'm happy because I'm taking my route, and I don't have to go the, let's say, chosen by others route.
Yes. Because as you say, they don't know you, they don't know me, they don't know what our skill is. Exactly. They just see pound signs or euro signs, whatever it may be, and they're imparting their understanding of the business. But like anything, the business evolves, and it has to in order for the business to stay current.
And that's what I mean. If you take icons like my teacher Marcus Som, who was really like taught in all of this ballroom and Latin, and then he was doing Asia tour with Michael Malitovsky and with Joanna, and they're telling me, these people. He was not, because of that, a fan of their style.
Yeah.
But when they were dancing, and I had another coach who were using them as example, they were showing to normal non-dancers a few videos from world superstars. They were those videos. Yeah. And people stick with watching Michael and Joanna much longer than anybody else's. Doesn't matter if they were world champions, even Brighton and Carmen. They didn't watch. After less than a minute, they were bored. And I'm not saying in a bad way. If you're not a dancer, you don't appreciate what it means to do a nice cucaracha.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And what Michael and Joanna were doing was so much more entertaining. So they stick 3, 4, 5 minutes until almost at the end of the show.
Really?
Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Very interesting, yeah.
That's that stuff that fascinates me because...
And then that's more direction strictly. That's more direction entertainment.
Of course it is.
Because it sticks to you, that dynamic changes and all of those ideas behind. And I know Michael and Joanna, they were teaching stuff that I was like, oh, think about your past. I was like, why should I want to think about the future? No. Think about from where you're coming, where you're going. Everything has a connection and a line.
Yes. I had lessons with Joanna Lunis when I was competing, and she was excellent for me as a boy because she understood the mechanics of the dancing. Yeah. And it was, as you say, the extension of line and the transference of weight from foot to foot and how you get there at speed. It was like a chemistry lesson, science lesson. It was a fascinating take on the book.
Very nice.
And I really took a lot of gorgeous stuff from her. And she was great. I really enjoyed my lessons with her.
Beautiful. No, and that's I'm saying, that difference between, and then they were going to Asia, and Marcus was teaching a lot, and then Michael didn't teach so much, but he had in the evening a show, and he earned 10,000 pounds in a show.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's okay.
That's okay.
You know, we don't have to all do the same. And then when he told me that, I was like, oh, that's actually interesting.
Yeah.
So you can have a different way of thinking and putting yourself out there. You know, you can present yourself more as a teacher.
But look at who came before them. So Brian and Carmen were before them, and look at their style of Latin dancing. And then you think about Joanna and Michael, and the shift is huge. So it is evolving, and in the right way.
100%. Yeah, it's a complex world, and I think to be close-minded is not helping anyone.
No. Well, we're definitely not close-minded.
100%. I'm too open. Anyway. One last question because we have the end part. If you could speak to the reluctant boy who only went because his cousin needed a partner, what would you tell him about the kind of career he was really stepping into?
I mean, what would you say to your younger self in any situation? I would say to him that there are going to be some of the most incredible times of your life. Appreciate every single moment and be open-minded to the people who you're going to meet along the way, because some of those people you might not get on with, and some of those people you might learn from and still not get on with, but always remain humble and always remain true to yourself, because I think that's the key to happiness within yourself. And also, when you're a good person or you're a good team player, that kind of knowledge from other people keeps you in a job. People want to work with you. People want you around.
It's true.
So, yeah, I just would never have ever thought that I would have done half the stuff that I've... Some of the stuff, yes, because it was my absolute dream. I mean, 2019, before lockdown, my ultimate dreams came true. And for everybody that knows me, knows that I am a huge monarchist. I'm hugely patriotic. I absolutely adored our late Queen Elizabeth II. And in 2019, in November, I was asked to dance at the Festival of Remembrance at the Royal Albert Hall for the Queen. And I was there with Lauren Oakley, Bobby Windsor, Kai. Some of the old Strictly lot were there. Yvita was dancing in the show, and we danced to Jeff Goldblum, Mr. Jurassic Park. Wow. He was playing the piano, and we danced a quick step and a show routine for Her Majesty the Queen. And for me, I remember looking at Lauren, and we were in the Royal Albert Hall on the floor, and we just looked at each other and we were like, this is it. Insane. This is mega. And there was Her Majesty the Queen, and we danced for her. That for me was literally like one of those things that I could never have even dreamed of ever happening. But again, it's what this world has afforded me. It's been amazing. So yeah, I would say to James, just every opportunity, say yes. And even if you don't like it, at least you've given it a try. Yeah. Just say yes. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. That's what I did. Which is fine.
This is fine. Because that's important. We were saying before, weren't we?
It was in the corporate world, you know, when you go to the next position, you literally, for the first months, half a year probably, you fake it.
Yeah, of course you do.
So you can't be, you're a general manager. You never did general manager in your life. So obviously you're going to be bad at it. I mean, even if you, in some decisions, you're going to be amazing because obviously they promote you to a job like that because you have some skills matching to the job. Yeah. But you're going to be very bad in some decisions, you know? So this is how we have to see it here. If you go to you never did musical theater, or when I did the first Strictly tour, you know, I was like, and Jason was looking at me, was like, what are you doing? Like, learn your steps, and I want to see them tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. We just have to learn some steps, so it's okay. Yeah. I'm shit today, but tomorrow I'm gonna be better. You know,
it's true, though, isn't it? And you've got to make these mistakes to be resilient and to be better. Yeah. And I do worry that there's a generation of dancers out there who don't have that mindset, or they think that it's quite transactional or something will change. Yeah. It's about what the work ethic we put in that we get out.
And I always say, first competition when I danced rumba, I was out of music.
Me too.
Slow folks, I was out of music. Yeah. Like I was like
petrified. I was shaking.
Okay. It's okay to be, because that's the biggest lessons are those ones.
Yeah, and I thought I'd be okay. I remember the first medalist comp I ever did, and it was in Barnsley somewhere up in Yorkshire, and I was cocky, thinking, "Oh, I've got this." And I walked on that floor, medalist James, baby. I was shaking, petrified, off time, made an absolute show of myself. It was a complete disaster. Yeah, total disaster. Who would think that person would ever like really like angry or trying to like do a heel lead?
Why
and
are you
not,
angry?
Yeah, this is it.
It's cha-cha-cha.
It's cha-cha. Yeah. This is
Why
it.
are you angry on the cha-cha-cha?
Honestly, and you just think how will that person end up being this person? And again, it's work, it's perseverance, it's
and it's life, man.
Life,
Life.
Of course it is. It's real.
100%
real.
100%. Is there any question that you think I should have asked you and I didn't?
No, I don't think so. I think you've asked. I think you've asked everything I imagined you would ask, based on how glittering an introduction you gave me, and about how much of an inspiration I am. That was a very kind thing of you to say, because I think that you and Oti are inspirations. Yeah, but
it's you.
But equally,
you, but
I'm in good company, and I always have been in good company. I think back to when we were on the cruises together, or we've, caught up in tours, or we've had dinners, or we've just generally just been mates. And there's something really wonderful about the people that you meet along the way. Yeah. And some people stay on your train, and some people stay on and get off.
Like old friends, even if you don't see each other for 10 years.
Doesn't matter. It's normal.
Yeah.
And it's, you came to watch the Panto, didn't you, at Christmas with the kids?
That was good.
The one that I choreographed,
and
with
the kids loved it so much. We loved it as well.
Yeah, because it's a British institution, so it's...
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was so entertaining. And I didn't see a lot of Pantos because it's not something in my culture. And, it's not something, even in Germany, I don't think they have it.
No, it's a British thing.
They will love it in Germany as well, I'm sure. Because they are they love this family. And sometimes you don't know where to go. And I think that would be a good, very valuable asset to the Christmas time in Germany.
Because Christmas is big over there.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Christmas markets are packed.
Yeah. Well, that's why we have them here, because we've taken them from Germany, right?
Yeah. Like Oktoberfest is everywhere now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, everywhere.
A good Oktoberfest, everybody loves that. All right, conclusion. Breaking the routine. Looking back at your life so far, what is something unique you did that most people wouldn't have done and that changed your life?
So I think, without getting too somber, or maybe without getting too deep about stuff, I went to an all-boys school when I was growing up. And education within my family was at the forefront of my parents' minds. This was certainly never on the table, this world. So I was put into a situation growing up that it kind of jarred who I was and made me kind of suppress slightly who I was.
Of course.
And that's okay, because we
all want to make our parents happy.
Of course. And it's also part of growing up, and it's part of understanding the world that we lived in then. And it's a different world today. Mm-hmm. That's fine. My determination and my desire to be successful in a career that I knew was serving me and was going to make me happy in my life is the greatest thing I ever did for myself. Mm-hmm. So by blocking out the noise and by not listening to people who were maybe putting it down or maybe not encouraging it in a healthy way, I had only me. I didn't have anyone assisting me. I didn't have any family assisting the outside noise. It was just me, myself, and I in the center of everything. And I had one end goal. And I'm really proud of myself for sticking at it.
Very difficult, yeah.
Yeah, but it's made me who I am today. I'm very independent. I'm very self-aware. I look after myself, as I'm sure most people do that are independent.
And in the end, everyone around you wants you happy.
Yeah, but that came later, Marius. That came a lot later when people...
of course.
But when people saw that it wasn't a flash in the pan or a flop, correct. When I started
Everybody expect that you flop.
Oh, yeah,
When I went to Germany, I moved to Germany, I'm going to go and dance.
This is it.
Wow,
people
really?
Laughing.
Are you serious about it?
Did you ever imagine 30, 40 years ago that we'd ever be in a situation where we're sat here having a podcast about it? I didn't. This is the kind of stuff that we're talking about that's important people listen to. Yeah. The journeys, the experiences, the fact that we can do this.
Yeah.
Because people laughed at us.
And still pay rent.
Yeah. I'm still. I'm still emaciated. I can't eat my breakfast, but I can pay my rent. I still look great. I can't get into my Latin trousers, but everything's fine.
Oh man, let's not talk about
it. I'm sure you have at home in my wardrobe. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't fit. That doesn't fit. I'm going to need that altering. But it's life, isn't it? And it's the stuff.
Those tours were tough. It was tight.
Tight. I couldn't breathe.
The tour? Tight.
Yeah. The tight tour. For an hour and a half, I didn't breathe. Actually. The tight tour, yeah. You can copy
the Legends tour, they should call it the tight tour.
They should call it the tight tour. All the over 40s. Zipped up. Yeah, it's been so unbelievably incredible, and I would never have visited half of the places. Yeah. I wouldn't. My phone book and my friendship group is like the United Nations. I have got friends
the real United
from
Nations.
everywhere, and I'm so proud of that. And it's dance that I'm thankful for that. It's dance that has brought that.
This is what I thought. If something, God forbid, something to anyone, and we have to move with the whole family somewhere, I have so many places to go.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Me too.
It's like
safe places. See you later.
Yeah. Easy.
Me too.
So
That's
good.
it, yeah.
We have a playlist.
Oh, great.
The Break the Routine playlist. What is your favorite music to dance right now? And that title, we want to add it to our playlist.
Ooh, anything. So I'm quite into Bad Bunny at the moment.
Oh, Bad Bunny is good, man.
So I'm listening. Yeah,
that's
very
Super Bowl.
cool.
That's Super Bowl.
And that's.
Oh, I love that one.
Me too. So I'm listening to kind of Latino groovy stuff like Bad Bunny. I'm really into Shakira's new song for the World Cup.
Yeah,
See, that's a nice football reference, even though I don't know anything about football.
Just watch the opening
Shakira.
and then switch off. But South Africa is playing. Who cares?
Anything Latino that kind of gets me onto the dance floor.
Nice.
But then I obviously.
Is there a song? One particular?
No, not really. Anything. Choose a Bad Bunny song for me.
I don't know the titles. I just love the music.
Well,
and for me, they sound quite the same.
Yeah,
which is bad for my side because I don't speak
Spanish.
Yeah,
Portuguese. So, I do.
Portuguese, yeah. No, Spanish.
I speak Spanish
and English.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know one particular.
Is it Nueva York? Nueva York. Dun, dun,
okay,
dun,
that's
dun,
that
dun,
one.
dun,
Alex
dun.
knows it.
Did I just? Is she nodding behind me? That she knows it.
Yeah, she knows.
Because I'm doing some groovy little roll here.
She didn't clap for your moves now.
That's the only bit in the song I know, but I do
know.
I know that he's like Nueva York. I've said that 3 times now, so in case anyone's not aware, that's the title. Yeah, let's put that one on.
Stop it, we cut this out. Yeah. Anyway, so we have a question for the next guest that you have to ask. But before that, we have a question from you, from Nicole.
You?
Yes. Let me make it as loud as possible.
Does Nicole know I'm doing the podcast?
No, she doesn't. But she's going to see it.
Oh, I love that.
Okay. Do you think it would be a good idea to have AI judges?
Ooh, that's completely out of your comfort zone.
Do I think it's a good idea to have AI judges? No, I do not think it's a good idea to have AI judges. What are you asking me, Nicole Cutler? You could have answered that question for me.
No.
I don't. Listen, I don't believe in all of that AI ChatGPT stuff. I think for some things that it works for, fine. Mm-hmm. But come on now, let's not lose the human touch. Let's not lose who we are as people. You know, being present, like we said before, feeling energies from people, watching live dance. You've got to have a critical eye on it. You've got to have people that know what they're talking about, that have gone through the process in their own way, giving their opinions, their expertise. Otherwise, we're just going to lose the whole point of living and the whole point of humanity. So, no, Nicole Cutler, that is a bad question. And I will ring her now after this podcast and I will tell her off
there you
for
go.
that.
That's another friendship gone. Anyway.
Never. I adore her. She worked on Ballroom Fever with us.
What we use AI for, we have an app that we are developing now with Loic and with Alexandra. And it's called InBetween. And you have a teacher side of the app where you can have all your students, you have everything there. And you have a student side of the app where they are seeing your lesson. We record our lesson. Yeah. The AI makes bullet points and really gives you a clear plan what you have to practice. Yeah. And it never forgets. So you have it on the app. All the lessons you ever did with the teacher, or all the group classes as well, you can record. And then the teacher can see your development, how much you practice each of the points. So that's a good way to use AI.
That is a really good way. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I think an app slightly different to judging. Isn't it?
Yeah. So I think Nicole said one judge to just give like a very
feedback.
Yeah, like a feedback.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
So to analyze the movement, because then you give, by watching, like, it's like self-driving now for cars. By watching millions of hours of driving, it learns the way it should be like. Of course, it would be quite a sterile type of opinion, very technical one, but why not?
But listen, we are aware from history that human error is a thing from various catastrophes that have happened over the years. And that's awful. My question is, what would happen if there was robotic error? Like, how devastating could the error be if the AI completely dismantled?
Of course. Is that control question?
Yeah, because that is quite dangerous. Because I think from a manual point of view, or a human error point of view, there are certain things that are put in place that could minimize it or assist it. I don't know, I could be wrong, but I think for AI, if it's completely reliant on it, and if it goes wrong, then it's gone wrong. Like, I don't know really how you get out of that. You know, before when we were paddling and trying to get out the ship.
We always had dictators in this world. And
yes.
That goes terribly wrong.
It's not, but I mean, I've never listened to them, so I've been okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's always a little bit tricky. So now, your question for the next guest.
Okay.
What would that be? Can be related to dancing, but if it's something about careers or about the dance world in general, you could just go in which direction you choose.
Okay, that's interesting. My question would be, my question is this. Name 2 dancers that you would associate and or add on to the already 10 ballroom and Latin dancers. So which dance do you think falls under the ballroom category that hasn't been acknowledged as a ballroom dance? And which dance do you think falls under the Latin category that hasn't been acknowledged as a Latin dance?
That's a great question. Very nice.
And why?
So you would almost have 6 Latin and 6 ballroom dances.
Yeah.
Nice. Love that. Man, that was so... I would swear now when I would stop. Amazing.
It was amazing. I wish knew it would be.
Man.
Though. Just catching up and
so
chatting,
good. No, it's good. And I think, like I told as well a previous guest, we need to talk more about it. A big shock that I had, I was in Royal Academy of Ballet in London, and when I saw their library, I was like, because I have a lot of books here from ballroom and Latin, and books from the 60s and from the 50s, and I'm trying to get all of them that I find. And we have not enough, definitely. I was saying we need to make it more easy to watch, easy to hear, easy to, of course, to read as well. Yeah. But also just to make it more, like...
accessible.
Accessible.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. For sure.
And then I'm sure we will have even more talent knocking on our door and willing to step into our wonderful world.
Well, there's a space for everybody.
Yeah, 100%.
We just need to make sure that we're open enough to invite people in. It's not closed door, it's open door. Anyone's welcome. It's just what you do with it.
Though it looks a little bit closed sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But not with the right people.
Yeah, no, of course. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. And it was a wonderful conversation. I really hope we can do this again in the future.
100%.
And I can't wait to have Leila on the podcast. She's going to be amazing.
She'll be brilliant on it, yeah.
And she has a few very interesting insights about the industry in general. And if you guys want to have more people on the podcast, if you have some interesting names that you would love to have them on, please write us and comment. And just think about what would change the industry, what would bring something better to it. How can we develop it, even if it's AI or not AI, to develop it better? How can we, like we said, open doors for more kids and just general dancers to have a better lifestyle? Is a social game. What we do here is a health game, is a mental health important part. It's family orientated. Yeah. So the assets that ballroom dancing has are huge.
Yeah, it is.
Let us know in your comments whatever you want us to discuss about. We're gonna do it. We're not gonna hold back. We don't like to hold back. Holding back is not our value or priority. Yeah. No. And then please tell us, maybe, if you want, how did you break the routine today? Thank you very much.